Square-jawed, piercing eyes, a distinguished nose, fine cheekbones, arched, aristocratic eyebrows, a cruel curl to his lips. His hair was long, but tied back neatly. He was tall, even in the chair, at least as long and thin as Vidin Quindar. There was a refinement about him that wouldn't have been out of place anywhere on Mazaril. The white of his shirt was spotless, the leather of his waistcoat polished up like a mirror, creaking as he leaned forward in his chair. In one hand he held a multi-bar coin, tapping it against the desk.
"See for yourselves,"
he said, moving aside some of the remaining papers to expose a handwritten sheet.
"This is a breakdown of my losses over the last 10 years. The crew who died, were injured, who never came back, set against capital earnings. Cazaret will vouch for it."
The younger man sitting next to him nodded at the ledger.
"I've lost 2 scanners, 3 openers, 1 assessor, 1 integrator,"
Rackamore went on.
"That's a normal rate of attrition for the kinds of target we go after. We've hauled into 17 baubles in that time and cracked 13 of them. I lost the integrator when a piece of 5th occupation technology turned on her."
I swallowed.
"That's rare, though,"
he went on.
"Integrators normally stay on ship when my teams are working a bauble, and on ship is always the safest place to be. There's no reason for a bone reader, to leave the ship."
Rackamore drew a clean, manicured finger down one of the columns on the ledger.
"See for yourselves. I've never lost a bone reader."
"Then why do you need a new one?" Adrana asked. Rackamore looked surprised.
"Didn't Mr. Quindar outline our situation while he was bringing you to the docks?"
"Getting anything straight out of that grinning spider was more of a challenge than it was worth," Adrana said. Rackamore set his features in a troubled grimace.
"Tell them, Cazaret."
The younger man was dressed as well as Rackamore, and his voice, although higher, was also that of an educated man. His face was scrubbed and pink, his hair blonde, raffishly tousled.
"Even the best of us don't last forever in the position, Miss—"
"Adrana," she answered levelly, meeting his gaze. "And I'm Arafura," I put in. Cazaret nodded and looked at us in turn, a touch bashfully, before settling his attention on Adrana.
"We start young. The sooner the better, generally speaking. As our brain circuits harden into place, it becomes knottier to maintain coherence with the skull, or to adjust to changes within the skull itself, and almost impossible to learn to work with a completely new skull."
He leaned back in his seat.
"There's no tragedy in it. I've had a good run, and I don't mind saying that I've been well rewarded for it."
"What are you going to do next?" I asked.
"Train up my successor first. No small business. After that, I should be very content to retire. I've earned enough."
I noticed now that there was a distance in his eyes, the same one people said they saw in ours.
"Under someone like Captain Rackamore, on a good ship like the Minetta's Morn, 10 years is enough to set you up, provided you don't have exorbitant tastes."
"We're not looking to sign on for 10 years, Adrana said. Rackamore moderated the curl of his lips with a smile.
"I'm not looking to sign a pair of green unknowns on a 10-year contract either. Quindar should have mentioned a 6-month term. Shorter than that, and it's not worth Cazaret training you up. But in 6 months, you'll have time to prove your worth, as well as decide whether the shipboard life's one that suits you. It's not just about being able to pick up the whispers. A good bone reader needs a fair hand, too, to set down transcripts quickly and neatly, and they've also got to be able to send as well as receive. The question is, do you want to take your chances in space?"
"We're not afraid," Adrana said.
"Quindar wouldn't have brought you here if he didn't believe you had potential. What do you think, Cazaret? Could you work with them?" "We've not exactly been spoiled for choice with candidates," Cazaret said. "And they've got to be better than Garvel, at least."
But then he clamped his lips tight.
"I've heard of siblings working the bones on other ships,"
Rackamore said, looking at us thoughtfully, stroking the coin as he spoke.
"If these two can work together..."